Hi, hope you're having a good day. Today's day 4 in our challenge. And today's tutorial is regarding the front splits. I always say that to people that those who are flexible are disciplined. Flexibility in yoga takes so much time and effort, but it's really rewarding in the end. We always want to make sure that you're investing in the right direction, so you're not just trying to open up in the wrong way, or you're too flexible but you're not strong enough. So that's one way you can injure yourself, or you're really rigid with the muscles and you go really fast into it. That's another way that you can injure yourself. So always make sure that you know what you're doing and try to learn and just evolve more with knowledge every day. So for front splits, for some people they're naturally gifted and it happens, and for others it could be the hardest thing in the world. I'm going to show you today how to get into it safely and how to open up and what kind of stretches that would help, like 2 stretches that would really help if you're working towards your front splits. And then just learning that it's not going to happen overnight if you don't have it. Just make sure that whenever you move into your splits, you're really warm, your body's really warm, so you don't get injured. Even the most advanced yogis, if I'm not warm, I just try splits or inner splits or front splits, I could easily get injured. So the first stretch that we're gonna do for your front splits is lizard pose. So for lizard, you wanna bring your right foot forward on the outside of your hands, and then you drive your left knee back as much as you can. You can untuck your toes here or keep them tucked, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then you can start walking your hands first forward, just feeling that left psoas opening up, as well as your right hip. But here we're trying to target more the fronts of the left leg, your left psoas. You can always come down onto your elbows, just pressing the hips forward, feeling that left psoas really open up. And you just keep breathing here, marinating in your posture, and you can stay here for as long as you wish, maybe 10 breaths, 4 rounds. Then the next one that we're going to do, and of course you do your other side, then the next stretch that we're going to do, you bring your right foot towards the center. You can shorten your stance a little with the left knee, and then you start kicking your right heel forward, tucking your toes towards you, pressing your hips back, and melting your heart towards your right knee. So I'm trying as much as I can to melt deep with the chest forward. So I'm not just rounding and I'm really like inactive here. I'm really active in my stretch. Pressing the bum back, pulling the toes towards me, and that automatically pulls your right hip back, left hip forward, and then maybe you walk your hands even further forward. And again, you can stay here for 10 breaths, just really active, pulling or squaring your hips towards one another. And you can do that for 3 to 4 rounds. And then you switch on your other side, other leg, so you don't walk funny. Then to move into our splits, what we're gonna do, you can do that with all the heights on your block. So if I'm a total beginner and I'm still working on my splits, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place my hands on my blocks and I lift my backward knee. I can walk my front foot forward. And here, I just want to make sure that I'm squaring my hips. So you pull that right hip back, left hip forward, and try to stay up nice and tall, and you try to melt down. If this feels good here, you can stay here for as long as you wish. Maybe again, just 10 breaths, opening up. And you want to make sure that when you're stretching, you're not tightening and clenching your body and your muscles. You're trying to ease into with the breath. So long breaths. If you feel good, you can lower your blocks even 1 more level down, and you start widening your stance. So maybe you go wider, and again, I'm straight in the spine, I'm putting my belly in, and I'm really active with both feet. The front foot, heel pressing down, toes stuck. The backward leg, heel is pressing back, and I'm squaring my hips as much as I can. If this feels good, and I'm still really good, and I have more in me, what you're gonna do is you can come all the way down. Once you find that, you can bring your hands, you can remove your blocks since you no longer need them, especially if you have long arms. And then from here, again, you want to make sure that you're putting that right hip back, left hip forward, And to even square the hips more, what I can do is bring my left hand on my left leg, right hand behind me to find square hips. And you can stay here 3 rounds, 10 breaths, just making sure that you're always active with the legs. You never want to become passive with the legs, because then you're going to lose the squareness of the hips. Making sure, maybe pressing the hands down, putting the belly in. And there's also this drill that I love, where you place your hands or your fingers onto your mat, and you start lifting up, squeezing your inner thighs towards one another, and coming down. Lifting up, and coming down. And you can do that again for maybe 10 times, 3 sets. It's really good to open up, and it's really good to find activation in the hips. And whenever you've had enough, you press your hands down, you pull your right foot in, bring your left knee down, and then you can bring the heels behind you, sit back onto your heels, your hands into your lap, catch your breath, maybe move into a forward fold, release the legs, shake them out. So this is the tutorial for the front splits. I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you do your other side so you don't have one side that's more flexible. And it's really normal to always have a good side and a bad side. So for some people, maybe they can do front splits on the right side, but then the left is really tight. Make sure that you balance it out by moving and doing both sides equally, even if they don't feel the same today. Thank you, everyone.